Welcome, my name is Kevin Oster, and this is my BI presentation on Caesars Entertainment. Let's take a look at the organization as a whole. Caesars Entertainment started off in 1937 as Harrah's Bingo Club and grew to over 50 properties, including Caesars Palace, Harrah's, Circus Circus, and the Tropicana in their hometown of Las Vegas. They have a presence in America, Europe, and Asia. Formerly Harrah's Entertainment, they purchased Caesars in 2010 and took on the Caesars name. They then merged with Eldorado Resorts in 2020 to become the largest gaming company in the world. Last year, Caesars generated revenues of $3.47 billion, up from $2.53 the year before. Now, most of that growth is probably attributed to the merger, but still, that's pretty impressive growth considering the pandemic that was happening. At current, they employ over 65,000 people. Moving on to Caesars' use of business intelligence, their loyalty program is actually the heart and soul of their business intelligence. It began in 1998 and has since collected data on over 45 million customers, and it's used by 80% of their guests. It's actually considered the single most valuable asset of Caesars Entertainment and has actually been used as collateral in debt financing. It's used at every point in contact for the customer experience, from the time that they book their trip online until they receive follow-ups following their trip, and then at every point during their experience. From these data points they gather, they segment their customers into 90 different segments, each of those with a different marketing approach. And as you can imagine, with 90 segments, that's a very tailored approach that is specified for a very specific demographic of people. That really helps to really zone in and target and make the most efficient marketing campaign possible. Caesars began using Teradata back in 1998, and they were strictly analyzing gaming data. But as their revenue streams grew into things like fine dining and entertainment, they realized they needed to gather more data to really provide that full experience. So they began gathering data points of unstructured data from all these other sources. Let's take a look at Caesars' infrastructure. They run on Cloudera Enterprise, which is built on top of Apache Hadoop. They chose this option for its scalability and its adaptability to run in multiple workloads and process different types of structured and unstructured data. For their hardware, they're running on the Intel Xeon processor E5 family. That's comprised of 112 Dell servers that they're running at the Flamingo Hotel. And they run these on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. They chose this because Intel has a proven reputation to work well with Cloudera Enterprise, and they believe that the Dell servers give them the performance and the scalability they need for big data processing now and in the future. They're able to analyze structured and unstructured data sets, which created a lot more opportunities than when they were using Teradata and just analyzing the gaming data. Some certain opportunities that they have as an example is emotion detection. So this is when customer is actually booking their journey, or speaking with customer service for any reason, and they can actually detect their sentiment and their emotion in their speech and put together kind of a plan on how customer service addresses the customer based on how they react to certain situations, and how this emotion detection says that a customer is likely to react to certain stimuli. From this, they can tailor their customer service experience to better suit the needs of that customer. Let's take a look at some of the benefits that are coming from the loyalty program and the use of Cloudera Enterprise. First off, customer retention is huge with the loyalty program because they're able to tailor the marketing campaigns to each individual customer based on all the data that they're capturing. They're able to make that customer feel as they're part of the Caesars family. This keeps them coming back time and time again. Cost reduction is another big one for the loyalty program. Because they have so much data, they really can plan very efficiently their scheduling and allocate their resources exactly where they need to be, so that they do not have too much or too little of whatever they need in the right place at the right time. Targeted marketing is huge with the loyalty program because they're capturing data on their check-in, their gambling habits, and their spending habits. They can target this campaign very uniquely to this person. So if their routine is that they check into the hotel and then they go down to the casino and then they go have a dinner, the loyalty program knows what their routine is, and it will make them offers based exactly on that. So if they're sitting at the table, maybe a free dinner coupon will pop up because they've known in the past that they tend to head to dinner afterwards. Another opportunity that came out, a benefit from the loyalty program, is the prescriptive and predictive analytics. So because they have so much descriptive analytics coming through telling them about how the company has performed in the past, they can really start to correlate some of those together and put the dots together to say, if a customer is going to do A and then that's going to cause them to do B, they can really plan their entire operations around that. Benefits to the Cloudera enterprise include reduced processing time, expanded capacity, and improved security. For the reduced processing time, they were actually able to reduce a job that once took 6 hours down to 45 minutes. Because of this quicker feedback cycle, they can react more in real time and react quicker to the data they're receiving. With expanded capacity, they're able to process over 3 million records per hour. With that immense amount of data coming through, clearly they need the infrastructure to handle it, but it also gives them an immense opportunity to analyze that data and cater towards it. And with the improved security, some things that they've done is encryption and other safeguards to help protect that data, and a permission structure within the company so nothing is overshared to parties that weren't supposed to be privy to specific data. Lastly, within that, they need to comply with many authorities such as credit card companies, gaming commissions, security commissions, and the likes of many other authorities in Las Vegas. Because of that, it really is important for Caesars Entertainment to have the utmost security systems that are available today. Caesars Entertainment faces many challenges within its business intelligence program. Starting off the transition from Teradata to Cloudera, and this was a transition not just from one operating platform to another, but actually a transition of capturing purely structured data to unstructured data as well. So they clearly had a lot of learning to do and a lot of tinkering around to get things working right with the new system. They also had to ensure that those data points were relevant. And by relevant, I would say that means it's tangible and it provides utility. To be tangible, it has to actually, even if it's unstructured data, there has to be some data point within there that can be grabbed onto. So going back to the emotion detection example, it might be the change in voice frequency that they're using and running through the machine learning algorithms to understand what those changes mean and how they can quantify that. And then to provide utility obviously means that there is some use to be provided from this data. And then finally, keeping the customer info secure. From both internal and external threat. As we said earlier, it is the company's single most valuable resource, and therefore there's a lot of people that would love to get their hands on it. Caesars has been offered many times to monetize this by selling this data to third parties, but they feel that it's more important to keep this customer information close to the chest and use it for their own purposes. A couple of discussion questions that might be posed about Caesars Entertainment. First off, what does the future of business intelligence look like for Caesars? Starting off with system prioritization, they actually have a cross-functional team that meets quarterly, and they prioritize the use cases based on what the utility is or the perceived utility from the use case. They also have a continuously refined customer experience. This is already in place, but they're constantly improving it to offer even more on-the-fly offers based on where the customer is and their preferences. Social media monitoring. Now, they're already doing this as well, but trying to engage customers before they ever make contact. So, if they're searching on something on the internet that would allude to that they might be looking to make a trip to Las Vegas, well, they might see an email pop up in their inbox shortly thereafter. Finally, adaptive pricing. With the increased data points, they can really go in there and understand what this customer is going to respond to, and so they can change their pricing to get the maximum efficiency out of each individual customer. Why would I offer this customer 50% off on a meal if I know that they're going to pay 100%? Likewise, if I know another customer is not going to gamble at my casino unless they're staying in a free room and I know they're going to spend quite a bit of money, I'm certainly going to offer them that free room. So these adaptive pricing models are great with the multiple data points that are being captured. The other discussion question is, are there any dangers of overuse of BI? And this comes back to what I call the Big Brother effect, where so many data points are being captured that somebody might feel that the campaign is being targeted so specifically towards them that they feel as if somebody's looking over their shoulder the entire time watching what they're doing. This gives them a little bit of a feeling of unease. So it is extremely important to find a good balance between providing them that experience that tells them that they are unique to the company, but not so unique that they feel that they are being watched 100% of the time. This concludes my analysis of business intelligence of Caesars Entertainment. Thank you for watching.